When will it happen? When will I get married, get the job, see the money? We all ask this, and any astrologer will hand you a date. But honestly, that date is usually wrong. Real Jyotish does not give one date. It gives a window of time, the phase when something is ready to happen. And that window is reliable only when several different methods point to the same time. Let us understand it, very simply, today. First, understand one thing. Your chart is not a sentence. The old text Brihat Jataka says karma is of three kinds. Some is fixed, it will surely happen. Some is loose, it may or may not. And some is in between. And the biggest point, your effort changes it. The stars only show the road. You still have to walk it. So do not fear it. Understand it. Now, an important rule. Before you find the timing, check, is that thing even there in the chart? For example, if the 7th house has no yoga for marriage, no timing can create a wedding. Parashara says clearly, a planet gives only the result it has the power to give. So remember, first check if the event is promised. Then ask when. Do not do it backwards. So the first big tool of timing is the Dasha. Look at this timeline. Your whole life is split among 9 planets. Each gets its own period. Sun 6 years, Moon 10, Mars 7, Rahu 18, Jupiter 16, Saturn 19, Mercury 17, Ketu 7, and Venus 20. Add them up, 120 years, a full lifetime. Whichever planet's Mahadasha runs now is the king of this phase. But notice, these phases are 20 years long. That is an era, not a date. The good thing is, inside every big period are smaller periods, the Antardasha, and smaller ones inside those. Watch the timeline zoom in. The Mahadasha tells you the decade. The Antardasha brings it down to a year or two. So the Dasha alone takes you from 20 years down to 1 or 2. That is a lot, but it is still a 1 or 2 year band. For the day, we have to look at the sky. This is the second clock, the Gochara, the transit. It means where the planets are moving in the sky today. Remember one thing, transit is always seen from your birth moon, not the ascendant. Watch, we count from the moon. When Saturn passes the 3rd, 6th, or 11th house, that is good. But the 1st, 8th, or 12th is hard. But a warning, do not read transit alone. Every month some planet is moving somewhere. Predicting from transit alone is the biggest mistake of all. Now the most powerful method, the double transit. The rule is simple. A big event happens when 2 slow planets, Saturn and Jupiter, both look at the same house together. Watch, Jupiter comes from one side, Saturn from the other. The moment both reach the house lights up. Jupiter brings blessing and opportunity. Saturn brings firmness and the seal. Jupiter alone scatters, Saturn alone only blocks. But both together, the event is locked. And honestly, one thing, this double transit rule is not in any old sloka. It is modern, from the K.N. Rao tradition. But it works, because it joins 2 true classical ideas. Take an example, marriage. Say the 7th house promises marriage. First condition, a dasha runs that is linked to marriage. Second, at the same time, Jupiter looks at the 7th house. Third, at the same time, Saturn also touches it. Watch, the 12 to 18 months, where all 3 line up, that is the marriage window. Notice, a window, not a date. A reliable period. This is what real prediction looks like. Now, one more layer people skip, Ashtakavarga. The double transit tells you when. But how strongly? Ashtakavarga tells you that each house gets points, bindus, from 0 to 8. Look, numbers inside the houses. Parashara says, Once you have checked Ashtakavarga, plane transit is useless. Meaning, a planet crossing a house with more points gives a full result. Fewer points, it fizzles. So now, three things. Dasha says which phase. Double transit says which window. And Ashtakavarga says, is that window strong or not? Now the cross-checks begin, and this is where trust is built. The first witness, the KP system. It is a completely different method. It finds very fine timing using the sublord inside a house. Different method, different math. But think, when this different system also stops on the same window that Dasha and the double transit gave, that is not a coincidence. It becomes solid confirmation. More witnesses come. Nadi and the Brigu method find timing by moving Jupiter forward. Varshaphal, every birthday a new yearly chart is made, telling the story of that 1 year. And Prashna, the moment you sincerely ask a question, is itself a chart. Honestly, Varshaphal and Prashna come from separate texts, not our core Parashari line. But the point is the same. These are all different windows in one wall. Now the secret that is the heart of this whole video. No single method is the truth. The truth is the agreement. Watch, when Dasha says this phase, the double transit says this year, Ashtakavarga says, and it is strong, and KP, Nadi and Varshaphal also say yes. That agreement is your reliable window. One method, that is a guess. But 4 or 5 methods, with different math, all stopping at the same time, that is no longer a guess. It becomes a firm signal. This is the real confidence of Jyotish. Let us put it all together with one example. A job. First, is there a yoga? The 10th house has a career yoga, yes. Second, which phase? A dasha linked to the Lord of the 10th is running. Third, which year? Jupiter and Saturn are both looking at the 10th house. The double transit is ready. Fourth, how strong? The houses have high bindus, strong window. Fifth, KP and Varshaphal also at the same time. Watch, all 5 meet at the same 18 months. That is the job window. This is not magic. It is a method, step by step. And finally, we return to where we began. This window is not a sentence. Remember, even fixed karma shifts a little with effort, and loose karma may never come. The texts themselves say, every hard period comes with a remedy, a shanti. So these windows are not to scare you, they are to be used with care. The stars open the door. Walking through it is your job. So next time, do not ask anyone for a date. Ask for your window. Your dasha and today's transit, you can see both free at Kundlit.com. See which phase you are living and which windows are opening. Understand your timing, not with fear, but with clarity. And for more simple, honest Jyotish like this, subscribe to the channel.